To look around in the 3D world, use the Viewport navigation tools down in the lower right of the 3ds Max window. These controls work in all the viewports, but the icons and commands will change depending upon which type of viewport you're in. The first thing we'll want to do is toggle the layout between multiple viewports and a single maximized view. To maximize a view, click in it to give it focus and it'll have a yellow border. Then go down to the extreme lower right corner and click Maximize Viewport Toggle. And now that selected viewport is full screen. Click it again to go back to a multiple viewport layout. The first navigation tool we'll use is Pan, which changes the position of our point of view. It looks like a little hand, Pan View. Click on Pan, and that allows us to move left and right, or up and down, or both in any viewport, including the orthographic viewports. If we want to constrain that movement, we can hold the Shift key and drag. Hold down Shift, and we can move just left and right, or just up and down. In a perspective view, if we Shift drag left to right, we'll get a truck or track. Shift drag up and down, and we'll get a pedestal or a crane shot. Now, the tool name of Pan is a little bit of a misnomer because it's not actually a panorama. In a pan move, the camera position stays stationary, but it rotates to point left or right. This hand tool is really a truck or a pedestal in filmmaking terminology. And likewise, the naming of some of the other tools here is a little bit unorthodox. We come to the Zoom tool. It looks like a magnifying glass. Click on that, and if you click and drag in an orthographic view, you do get a zoom effect. You're actually magnifying that two-dimensional view. But if you click and drag in a perspective view, you actually dolly forward and back. You change the camera position and move it along its own line of sight. So this is technically not a zoom, it's really a dolly. If you do need a true optical zoom in a perspective view, for example, if you wanted a wide-angle shot, then adjust the field of view down here. Click Field of View, and then click and drag in the perspective view to zoom in or out. And we can get a nice wide-angle shot. To frame particular objects or entire scenes in the viewport, we've got a couple of commands called Zoom Extents. There's Zoom Extents Selected, and to the right of it, Zoom Extents All Selected. The word all here refers to all of the viewports, not all objects. If nothing is selected, like right now, and we click Zoom Extents All Selected, then all of the viewports zoom out to enclose all of the geometry. Let's select just one object. I'll grab the Select Object tool on the main toolbar and select something, doesn't matter what. I've got this light fixture here, we can select that. And then go back down and click on Zoom Extents All Selected, and all of the views zoom in to frame that particular object. If we want to do that in just one view, we can select an object and click Zoom Extents Selected. So let's dolly back here. I'll grab my Zoom tool, dolly back, and select some other object. Grab the Select tool and select maybe this chair. And back in the viewport controls, Zoom Extents Selected. And we'll only zoom in that one viewport. Those are a few of the viewport navigation controls. In the next movie, we'll look at orbiting around the scene and undoing viewport navigation commands.